recording and share my screen so that you all can see it.
A whole person.
This will, oh, you know what, Kim, you're sharing your screen. You need to stop sharing. I think you're sharing your screen. There you go.
You are.
There, that's why we couldn't see you. Okay. Okay, so, all right. All right, so I am going to start, and hopefully other people will jump on because I feel so bad. There's only three of us on here, but
that's okay. We count two.
They can always come back and watch the recording. I know a couple people today told me they were going to be on, so I wanted to do a countdown of an hour, 30 minutes, and then I'm like, oh, it's 15 minutes. I better hurry up and put a reminder out there. So, but they'll come back and watch the recording, hopefully. So welcome. I didn't even change the date. So today is October 4th. So welcome to our virtual online meeting. So here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to go over our recognitions, talk about some things for October, the holidays, getting some bookings at our virtual parties, a technology tip. We're going to talk about the Power of One. That's going to be our big training tonight, and then some other information. So we welcome 4 new consultants to our team. Yay! I know our goal is 10 a month, but we're getting there. So Alicia joined us, and oh my goodness, was it Valerie? I think it was Valerie that brought Alicia in. And then Amanda and Ashley. Ashley's on. Ashley's a brand new consultant. Yay! Hello. So Ashley, I know you're cooking, but tell everybody a little bit about yourself, because usually at meetings we kind of introduce you. So.
Okay, well, my name's Ashley, and I'm a registered dietitian. I work in a long-term care facility, and I'm getting married in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything's busy, so I don't know what else to tell. I love to cook, and I'm very excited to start the new business with Pampered Chef.
Ashley started, went on vacation, come back, working a little bit, and then she's getting married. So, so she's doing it all, right, Ashley? So.
I am. And also in the mix, we're house hunting. So, we're really doing it all.
Oh, Lord.
She's got it all going on. Well, we're so excited for you and can't wait to see the amazing things that you do in your business. And then Colleen is on Linda Fergus's team, our director. What somebody said here?
Christy.
What'd she say?
Probably what exactly do you, what?
Okay. So I thought she was trying to get on to the meeting, but she wasn't. So let's get back to our thing here. Okay. So I thought she was having trouble getting on. All right. So, Colleen, welcome Colleen, Alicia, Amanda, and Ashley to our Rockstar team. So this is a great time to get started with our busy fall selling season. So we had some, September was a little tough for some people. But we do have some top sellers. So I always like to recognize, I should have put the dollar amounts here and I didn't. So these are our top sellers. Oh shoot, I wish I had the numbers here. I don't know what I did with my printout.
You have Christy's number there.
I know. So we had Jackie was number 9, Karen was number 8, Missy was number 7, Kaylin was number 6, Jenna was number 5, Philomena was number 4, Angel was number 3, Linda Cahill was number 2, and Christy was number 1 with $3,673. So we recognize anybody that sold $1,000 or more. So while I don't have the numbers actually there, which I forget who did what. So I thought I did when I typed this in, but I guess I didn't. So anyway, so those were our top sellers. Other people that contributed sales to the team are listed here. No particular order as far as sales goes. This is everybody that had Kim, did you not submit anything last month?
I submitted, but remember, it went in late.
In October.
So, but it's still counted as September's. That's what they told me at home office.
You weren't on my report. I'll double check that. If you submitted October 1st, it was probably a September show, but you get credit for it in October. So,
Okay.
so Janice and Sandy and Samantha and Trina and Gayanne and Sally and Colleen and Lori Beth and Bobby and Cheryl and Terry and Jess and Samantha all had contributed to our team sales in the month of September, which isn't a lot. We have a lot of people in our organization, so not a lot of people had sales in September. So we're going to.
I did. It just doesn't show.
Yeah, I know, and I've heard some people say they carried over some things. So, but that's okay. We're going to move on and forget about September because October.
Yes, we are.
October is our month to get our business going because it's our busy fall selling season now. So here's the organization stats. The King team, Sonia did 2,895. Her team did 5,844. So as a director team, you always want to be selling at least 5,000 to be paid as a director. And our Fergus team is rocking it out this month. So they had some really, as you can see, the number one seller was Christy, who is on Linda's team. Linda did 2,132 and her team did 9,269. So they're a very fairly new team and they are rocking it out with sales. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do in October. And then I personally did 11,414. My personal team did, thanks Kim, I see the little.
You're welcome.
I see my personal team did 25,000 and our organization did 40,000, which our goal is to do 59,000 to beat our best. So we were $19,000 short, but I'm confident October is going to be rocking. So. And then Terry, if you're watching the playback, I did not send your Green by 15th yet, but I apologize. But the last couple of weeks have just been a nightmare. It is on my list to do, and I will promise to get something in the mail to you before the 15th of this month. So Terry was our Green by 15th winner. So anybody that submits at least $150 by the 15th of the month gets put into a drawing, and then you get a surprise in the mail from me. So way to go, Terry. All right.
It says it at the bottom.
Yeah, my little notes there. So,
Yes.
All right. And then we had quite a few people submit at least $700. So these are all the people that submitted $750 in the month of September. If you submitted $750 by September 30th, you got the new cookie sheet as well as the Christmas emoji cookie cutter. So, and what are we earning this month? Does anybody know what you're getting for submitting $750 this month?
No.
Anybody out there that knows?
Isn't it the Rock Carrier?
The Rock Carrier.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah, so $750 gets you the Rock Carrier. And then also your host in November have the opportunity to get the Rock Carrier as well. So, all right. So those are our winners for that. And then we are finishing up our Director Bound and 6 Weeks to Success series. We didn't have anybody on 6 Weeks to Success, which makes me very sad. So we will be running that again probably in early November. So it's 6 weeks to just learning more about bookings, host coaching, interviewing, inviting, informing, inviting, interviewing, sharing the business, those types of things. Just giving you some information. There is always calls that you have to listen to afterwards. A little bit of homework, not a lot of homework. We're also finishing up. We have 2 weeks left. We just finished up week 4. Someone has some background noise. If you can mute, please. Because we're recording. So if anybody is not muted, if you can mute yourself, you're not in a quiet place. So we're going to be finishing that up. So if you are thinking about you want to grow your team, make more money, you want to make sure that you jump on to the Director Bound, the next Director Bound series. So, and then also, if you're not on a weekly coaching call, I do offer weekly coaching. So if you want to be on that, Linda, I'm not sure if you can mute your phone. I'm thinking it might has background noise. So I think
Okay,
it's muted.
I'm going to go get on my laptop.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so so if you want to be on a weekly coaching call, the new consultants are already on my calendar. Some other people that are going through the Director Round series are on my calendar, but I always have room for more. But that again, if you don't need to be on a weekly coaching call, as Kim knows, you can just call me anytime and I'm on.
Kim calls a lot.
So, okay. All right, so now we're going to be, I hope my family's not saying anything bad as they're texting each other here, because you guys are I'm going to like text them and say, do not text them. They can see your text. On my screen. Everyone sees it. Okay. And I don't know how to shut it off. Okay. So they're in a group text, family texting, and so they'll be in interrupting us. So anyway, so we're talking about coaching calls. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about, how's fall going for everybody? What's your fall looking like? Did you say crappy?
Let me say it out loud. Yes, I did.
So let's talk about why it's crappy.
I tried last night, so hey, you know.
So when you only try once, it's not always going to be.
I'll get her again.
You know, so, and the thing is, if you're only working with one at a time, that makes it harder. So
Yes.
Kim, we need to talk about going back to that launch list and your Frank's list.
We made my launch list,
Okay.
so.
Yeah. So we'll talk about some words to say and scripts to use to get some more bookings, because now we have the 60% off. And a lot of people are posting pumpkins, and I'm so excited. Every time a pumpkin pops up on our page, I'm like, yes, we got another booking. So I can tell who's getting, and I haven't decided when I'm going to close the date, because it's only the 4th of the month, so we have lots of time to get some more bookings. So what are the top selling new items for fall? What do you think is going to be the top selling items?
I'm thinking those little pumpkin cookie cutters, don't you think?
The emoji cookie cutters?
Yeah.
We want to
It's
talk about
Halloween looking, so, you know, for October anyway.
Yeah, but we want to talk. I mean, those are going to be good, but we're
I
going to
want the bigger items, you know.
talk about the bigger items, right? So, you know, it's now getting cooler. We can start turning the oven on. You know, some of the recipes that we could be using if we're doing live cooking parties, maybe using, you know, the double burner grill pan, using the all-purpose pot, using the rock crocks. Those are always, you know, perfect items. You know, talking about the new knives. So those are some things that we can be doing to, you know, talk about the higher selling products, okay? Because, you know, now, seriously, guys, you want to make sure, we're going to talk about this later, I think it's in the training too, but you want to make sure you have a website out there, because if, you know, especially new consultants, they try it out for the 90 days and they don't renew it. But like yesterday, I just had someone order $180 worth of stuff on my site, and I called her and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you for your order, because you know what happened, right? The newsletter went out. So you got to make sure that you are that you've elected to be into the newsletter, because the Pampered Chef is sending our newsletter out monthly for us. And she just saw the newsletter and ordered $180 worth of Christmas presents. So people are shopping for the holidays now. So advertising that is always a good thing. Who has tried Express Party Checkout? No one?
I haven't had to, since they're all virtual parties.
Okay. You could still
Linda
use Linda Cahill has had success.
Yes.
What I have been doing at my parties now is I am not giving a receipt out at my parties. I am putting an index card into my catalog, because they want to write on something. And so instead of them marking up the catalogs and not taking the catalogs with them, then I'm just letting them write on an index card. So I tell them, you know, we're doing Express Party Checkout. I actually, let me see if it's in here. somebody was making these signs. If anybody's interested in, I can't remember how much it was, but this cute little wooden sign. It's very lightweight. It's just kind of like on a little ribbon. So I take it to my parties, and then I just, use it's chalkboard. So I just write in chalk the number, and then I just kind of hang this in front of me with the number. And people have been using it. So I just pretty much tell them, hey guys, this is what we do. This is how we check out now. If you're old fashioned and just don't want to get on your phone tonight, and I always try to make sure that I get the host Wi-Fi, and I always announce what the Wi-Fi is as well. So if they don't want to use up their data, they can sign on to the host Wi-Fi. So that has been, and it's so nice because I come home from a party and I don't have to enter anything. 95% of my people are using the Express Party checkout. And so it just makes it so much easier to check everybody out. And I don't have to come home and add all those receipts and things in. So it is a great thing. I know if you're doing virtual parties, then, you can still use this for virtual parties, but you also have the link. So either way is fine. All right. All right. So
I just have a quick question.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where do you get the number to use the Express?
If you're on your party and you go to the show page, it should come right up on the top of the. Let me just go here and show you. Okay. Because I always pull it up on my phone, but I know it's on here too. So we want to make sure that you can see where it's at. Okay. I just lied to you all, didn't I? I know it's here somewhere. Virtual. Oh, you know what? Maybe because it's a virtual party. Let me just double check.
D, go to the show cart. It's on there.
Oh, thank you. See, that's why we help each other here. Show cart. It was somewhere. So there it is, right here on the top.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's right there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for telling us where it's at. All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about some holiday ideas, technology, some bookings at virtual parties, and we're going to talk about the power of one today. So that's some of our training. So did you all know it's Pamper Chef's birthday this month?
Yes, I did.
You all should know that. Why? Because we are celebrating what year?
37.
37. So Pamper Chef turns 37 on October 15th. So I'm challenging each and every one of you to do a party on October 15th. Now, it can be a virtual party, but if you're going to do a virtual party, I recommend that you do, because it's a Sunday night, I recommend that you do a 1-hour virtual party on a Sunday night. This way it gets you used to doing not a weekly virtual party, but you can do a 1-hour virtual party. So you're going to tell your host, oh my goodness, it's Pamper Chef's 37th anniversary. I'm giving away some extra prizes. We're going to do a 1-hour party from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, whatever you guys decide on. And it's going to be a 1-hour virtual party. Okay. So I'm challenging you all to book a party on the 15th. All right. So I think it would be so awesome to show Doris Christopher that, we're celebrating her birthday by all doing a party. So let me know that you're having a show because, of course, I like to give things away, right? And we didn't have a drawing at the live meeting today or Monday, so I'm going to be giving a special prize away to those of you who hold a show on October 15th. So I may even call your host while you're having your show and tell them who's the winner. So you just never know what I'm going to do. So we want you to register the show for October 15th. Okay. And so then you all know that what is the rule to be 37 lucky winners? Do you guys know what the rule is? What's happening in October with our October host? What's the home office giving everybody? Well, not everybody.
If you sell $500 They're giving away $370 to 37 people and the consultant who booked the show.
Yes. And so guess what I'm doing to get extra bookings? I'm telling my host, if you book a show in October and your show is at $500, you're going to be in a drawing to win $370 worth of products. And guess what? If you win, I win. And that means I'm giving you my $370 worth of products. So I don't need any more products. So, but maybe you do want them. But you could say, I'm going to give you something out of my, I'll let you pick, $25, $50 additional. If you win, you get an additional $50, or I'll give you $37 because it's 37, something like that. You can let her pick something from your $370. It doesn't have to be that you have to give away all 37. You could say, if one of my hosts win and I win $370, I'm going to give all my October hosts something from the $370. I'll divide it up. You could, so get creative on things that you can do. If you want bookings, these are some of the things that you could be saying to help you get those shows on your calendar. Does anybody have any other ideas that they want to do for the 37th anniversary? No? Oh, you guys. Why do you always make me do all the talking and coming up with all the ideas here? Okay.
Because you're better at it.
No, I'm not. You guys we've got a lot of talent on our team, a lot of talent. So a lot of people share some great things. So, all right. So other October occasions, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? So I'll try to remember to post on our group page, the Help Whip Cancer Thank You. So if anybody's buying the Help Whip Cancer on your virtual parties, if anybody's buying the pink whip, Help Whip Cancer whipped cream maker, you can do the little thank you with because you're thanking all your orders online. So you could do the little pink Help Whip Cancer thank you, showing them that they purchased the Help Whip Cancer and they're helping research of early detection of breast cancer. And so something you can even say on your virtual parties, we say when we at a live cooking party, we're showing the whipped cream maker, we're talking about it, we're saying for every one purchase, $1 goes to the research of early detection of breast cancer. So, this is if you own it, if you earned it, you could go live and show it. You can, talk about it on your party, even if you don't have the pink one and you have the turquoise one or whatever color it is, you can show that one. But really talk up about, 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. If you go out to the home office, not the home office, to our Pampered Chef website, there's, information that you could be sharing on your virtuals and as well as on your live cooking party. So 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. I always say, how many of you know someone touched by breast cancer? And usually everybody in the room's hand goes up, right? So many people. So we have the October Help Whip Cancer products going on. Halloween. How many of you love Halloween? Like Halloween used to be like one of my favorite. It was still my favorite holiday when my kids were a little bit older, but now I don't. We used to have Halloween parties all the time. Like we had a huge Halloween party every Halloween before the kids were born. And then when they started, coming along, then we were out trick-or-treating all the time and didn't have the Halloween parties. But Halloween, so you could be doing a Halloween themed party. These theme parties are really fun. I've done Halloween parties where everybody comes in a costume and you give prizes away for the best dressed costume. What could you do virtually for Halloween parties?
Silence.
Everybody's on mute.
Except for me, huh?
I know you guys have some ideas. So there's a lot, if you go out to the website, there's a lot of Halloween appetizers out there. There's actually little Halloween booklets with little, recipes. You can go to Pinterest and find some Halloween recipes and start posting them on your page. I'm going to be sharing with you we're putting together, I have to put together a Christmas one, which I haven't started yet, but a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, and a Christmas virtual party. So I'll be sharing some of those. I'll be posting that on the homepage, the Halloween virtual party. Okay, so that you all have that. So if anybody wants to, you can say it. Who wants to do a Halloween virtual party? You can go out there and make a post on your Facebook page. Who wants to do? Yes.
Just a quick question. Is there any way that, I don't know, I'm thinking about switching to SynShare. So if I did, then I wouldn't be able to see your templates. Is there any other way, like, do you have an outline of it, or?
I don't, because I actually pay someone to create these for us, and she only uses Post My Party. So the only other way that I could do it, that was Jess, right? I can't see who's.
Yeah.
The only way I could do it is I could put you on one of my events, and then you could take it from there. Now with SynShare, can you do events, or do you have to do groups with SynShare?
You can do both events and groups.
Okay. Is there a reason why you want to switch over?
Yep, because I don't think that I'm having that great of luck with events, and I've talked to a lot of other consultants, and they say groups are much better.
Okay. And that's fine. You can try it out. And I would definitely, does SynShare give you the 30-day trial period?
They give you a trial period, so I'm trying it right now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with it or not.
Okay. Because the one thing that I want to caution you, and people do have, I'm not trying to discourage you. I personally do not like groups. I don't like when people just stick me in groups. With an event, they are personally invited and can click going or not. Once they're in a group, that, they can remove themselves obviously from the group. But, the host just has to be cautious of, putting a lot of people in a group. And as long as you're respectful of them, I think it can work. But I hear both sides. The people that I've talked to that have lots of success, and I'm talking lots of success. I'm talking selling, working a full-time job and doing this part-time and selling anywhere between 10 and 16,000 a month, doing events on Post My Party. So obviously there are a lot of people out there that do groups, and they have success as well. So you just got to figure out what works for you, Jess. So, but I'd be curious to, when you try it out, let me know how it goes and see if you see a difference. All right.
Okay.
Friday the 13th, that's another great, do a show. There's lots of fun things that you could do for Friday the 13th. You could do post about our knives and something, make it ooey and gooey and scary, and things like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Make it red blood.
So, now it's pumpkin spice season, right? Everything's, like people are talking about, I was at the game on Saturday, and the mom that I was with, we went to dinner and we stopped at Starbucks before the game, and she got a pumpkin spice latte, and she's like, she bought every cereal there was in pumpkin spice, and like she's really a pumpkin spice fanatic. So there's so many recipes, pumpkin recipes, the pumpkin donuts, and have you all seen the in the brownie pan, just taking a spice cake mix with a can of pumpkin and making that and turning and putting it in the brownie pan, and then just taking cream cheese frosting and making, like a mummy with 2 mini chocolate chips for the eyes. So things like that. You could be making those kinds of recipes at your parties. You could be posting those recipes on your virtual parties. So those are great ways to just add some fun to some of your virtual parties as well as your live cooking parties. Does anybody have any other ideas? To go back to the Help with Cancer, now we do have the pink products out on the outlet. So you want to make sure that you are letting people know that there are additional pink items on the outlet, and promoting that, and making sure, I don't know that I would promote that on a virtual party just because they can't tag it onto a show, but definitely on your regular Facebook page or your business page if you have one. All right. Any questions about other October occasions? You guys are all quiet. I can't. Who's all on? I only can see Jess, Linda, Kim. Did Ashley was Ashley still on?
I'm still here.
Okay. I just can't. Oh, is she actually being seen?
She's probably eating her meal.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. When you talk, your name pops up and kicks someone off. I can only see 3 people off to the side here because I'm sharing my screen. All right. I just wanted to see if anybody else came on. Okay. So the holidays are coming, right? 75% of Americans start holiday shopping in October. I just told you earlier, right? I had someone order $180 worth of Pampered Chef for Christmas, okay? So the average amount spent for the holiday is $900, okay? So are you promoting our products for the holidays? So some theme ideas for the holidays. You know, we do the freezer meal workshops, right? So people are hustling and bustling and crazy, you know, with, you know, this is the season where people are soccer and football and, you know, band moms and, you know, people running, you know, fall ball is in session right now. So a lot of activities going on for moms who have kids, but busy moms who are working, and now they're, you know, got to start thinking about the holidays and the hustle and bustle, what they have to do for that. So offering those freezer meal workshops. And for those of you who do virtual parties, just because you're not doing a live party in your house, you can still do a do-it-yourself freezer meal workshops where you give them the recipes, you tell them the directions how to do it. And if you're not sure and familiar with it, please let me know because I can give you all that information. So people who are short on time, freezer meal workshops, what they do is buy a packet of spices. You give them their grocery list and they go out and buy it and using our spices. And most of the spice packets are between $60 and $75. So you have 5 or 10 people doing this, you have a party. So if you have $60 at 5 people, that's a $300 party. If you have, you know, $60 at 10 people doing it, you have a $600 party. Okay. So selling those packets to people is a great way. Bake to gift, edible gifts. You know, we have the cute little boxes now, teaching them how to bake little cakes, little pies. You could be doing little pie workshops. You could be doing a virtual pie workshop. You could get right on Zoom in your kitchen and have everybody in their kitchen, and you could be walking them through, you know, baking a pie. You could tell them, you know, you could put little packets together. You could do a bundle. You could do like the pie, the little pie plate with the mini pie plates with maybe the baker's roller, the, you know, I'm trying to think what else you could, you know, a spatula, something, you know, put a little packet together that in order to be part of the workshop, they have to have these items. So that will get you some extra sales, some extra bookings that way. Cookie exchange. This is a great time. People start thinking about what cookies they're baking. So if you're doing a live party, you could do a cookie party. You know, we now have the cookie roller, but this is something that you can do online. You know, go online and show them how to use the cookie cutters. Just get creative with, you know, what you can do with all of this. And then, of course, like I said, we already talked about this pumpkin spice party. So you could do that all the way through November. Okay. Any questions about these theme ideas? And, you know, you can do a theme party. You could have you know, when you're doing your virtual parties, you could be doing a theme of the day. Anybody doing theme of the day on your virtual parties? I know on October, on my template, we have one of the themes is entertaining, right? So we talk about all the entertaining platters and all of that. And I haven't really paid attention to what else you put together because, like I said, I pay someone to do mine and then I share it all with you because one, I'm not talented in that area and I don't have time. And she's really, what she charges me is worth the price. So, And then hopefully it's helping you as well, so you don't have to put it together as well. But don't be afraid to change, what I'm doing out there. All right. Holiday resources are on the website. Has anybody taken a look at this yet?
No.
Normally every year, do you see this little holiday gift guide right here? We do not, every year we usually have a booklet that we can purchase. But they were finding that, we're buying too many, we're wasting it, people were complaining. So it's now digital. So this is something that you could just create the link. You can pull it up on Pampered Chef website, get the link to it, and post it on your virtual parties. Okay. There's just a lot of things in there to get your holidays off to a great start. Okay. Let me just see here. Just don't want to forget to say something. So they are downloadable, so you can print them as well. Some people are printing one copy of them, laminating it, or putting it in page protectors and taking it to your parties. There's DIY ideas and stocking stuffer ideas in there. So it is a really great little tool, and I don't even know how many pages it is. Let me see if I can pull it up here so you all can see it. That's fall, winter. Let me see if it comes up. Holiday helper. Oh, so we only have 2017. Does anybody know where it's at? Let me look under marketing imagery. That's where it should be. Flyer, social, party park. Specials, flyers. Let's see if it's on down. Oh my goodness. I know it's out here, guys. Might be under, oh crap, now I can't get out of here. There we go. Show support. Winter, oh my goodness. Don't you love our search engine?
No.
Marketing imagery, training. Now we get them up. I'm not so sure I like this new new page yet too, because I'm not used to that. Usually there's like a little, let's see if we can get back to there. Consultant. Usually on the home page, oh, so I can't even get to the home page. Quick ad party, that's a quick ad. And I don't want to waste time. I will find it. Oh wait, here it is. Under training. Okay, holiday information guide. Here it is. Under training and resources. Here we go. Holiday information guide. So here is the holiday guide. I knew it was here somewhere. So we'll just take a quick look at it so that you can see it real quick at a glance. Love the DIY gifts. Here's, wish you a Merry Christmas, Cocoa to go. You just put a little tag on this whisk. That's been something that's been around. Cookie, although these are cute, cookie catchers with their microwave grips. Those are really cute. So these are just some of our favorite things. So people are looking for gifts. You can turn to this page and say, you can email them this and say, hey, and all you have to do so that you guys know here's the link. So you just go up here and copy this link right here, copy it and paste it. All right. So Kimmer, you're laughing. Do you know how to do that?
You know why I'm laughing though?
Why are you laughing? That's how you.
Because I need my helper to do that.
So all you do is just click on this and copy it and paste it. All right. And it will take you right to this guide. All right. But look at all the, here's gifts for the family. Here's the kids' gifts. So it's a really cute guide. Here's the stocking stuffer ideas. So a lot of great information in this little guide. So I'm going to close that out. And then here's some gift pages. So if you wanted to print out some gift pages, here's the DIY gifts, the most loved. So if someone says, I'm looking for a gift for my dad, you can just go to that page. All right. Oops.
We're back.
No, I can't get to the top. Why won't it let me go to the top? Social media. Can't go back. Do it this way. All right, so go back to
Training and resources.
thanks, Kyo. All right, so what else is here? Host a holiday party. Here's a customer connection email. Do you guys know how to do this? Do you know how to send out a customer connection email?
No.
Okay, so this is when you add everybody to your newsletter. You can come here then, and you want to click on, well, I have a lot of contacts, so you can see I have 9,000. So I'm going to just click this. But you can just click all your contacts. Mine's probably going to take a while to click. And then you can hit right here, send customer connection email. Okay. And so here's all kinds of different ideas. So here's a host a holiday party one. Here's the hurricane one. Here's ready to rock out November. Well, we, won't do that until we know. One pot meals. But they also have a blank one. Template. So I use this one a lot. So if I want to advertise something, if I want to advertise freezer meal workshops, I send out this one. And so you can just write, they have things right here. So let's say you select freezer meal workshops. So you can just come down here then and create your own words for it. So that's a little off of what we were talking about. But now that I can share my screen, I can show you all these great things on the website. So there's a lot of stuff on the website. All right.
Was that under training, or where was that? Where did you find that? Do you know?
Oh, the customer connection email.
Yes.
It's under the under selling and recruiting, and then you go to my contacts, and it's right there.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So so coming in, they already have some of this stuff out here, but there's some more cookie cutter samples coming, Christmas cookie cutter flyers coming, holiday shopping, things like that are coming. Oh, I went down too far, didn't I? Okay. So don't miss out on the holiday sales. Make sure that you are opted into the newsletter. Make sure that you have access to, you have the eBiz tools. If you did not purchase the eBiz tools after you were 90 days, you want to make sure that you purchase that. So, because if you don't have, if you without the eBiz tools, you can still do parties and submit things, but people cannot shop your website 24/7 unless you have the eBiz tools. Okay. So for example, I just sold $180, right, on my website. Now I get paid 32% because I'm an elite seller, and 180 times 32%, I made $57 on one order. Okay. So the website does pay for itself, especially this time of the year. If you are promoting your website, anytime you're posting something on your Facebook page, make sure you include your website, and encourage people to share it. Want to make sure too, when you're out on Facebook, that your posts are public so that people are sharing. When they share their post, everybody can see it. The one thing I have learned through this whole experience with my niece is, when you make things public, people, I mean, well, obviously in my case, people were coming out of the woodwork trying to be my friends that I don't want to be friends with right now. But, you know, but if you're posting business related stuff, which is really hurting my business right now because I'm not accepting anybody's friend request because there's so many lunatics out there in this world, let me tell you, that want to be my friend right now. And I really don't want to be their friend. But they're nosy people. But if you're doing it business wise, and you never know where that post is going to end up. You know, I am doing a post in Indiana. I'm doing a virtual party in Indiana this week. Starting Friday, you know, but it's because people share my business posts out there. And so she got a hold of my name. So you want to make sure that your posts are public. Okay. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know.
Is that on your personal page or
Yes,
your?
on your personal.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. So using your holiday gift guide, we kind of went over this some already. Share it with your customers via social media, email it, text it out. Add it to your virtual parties, that link, you know, print out the DIY gift ideas and stocking stuffer idea pages. You know, you can download the whole entire guide. All right. So we did talk about all of that. Okay. 5 benefits you can offer holiday shoppers. You know, you can help them with their holiday budget. How can you help them with their holiday budget?
Free and discounted products.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You do it.
Absolutely. When your customers host a party, they're going to get, you know, on average $165 in free products. Plus this month is 60% off items. So, you know, hosting a party virtually or cooking, this is a fun way for them to get their gifts off their check, their gift list. Okay. Crowd-free shopping, right? Shop from your seat, not from your feet, right? They're not out hustling and bustling, fighting crowds and things like this, all right? So this is what we have to offer them. Time to relax, you know. Customers can come and have a drink, a cup of hot cocoa, cookies, whatever we're making, appetizers, wine, cheese, and chocolate, whatever theme show we're doing. They can come, relax, and just shop at their own pace conveniently at their friend's house. You know, and then new recipes. This is a great time to be showing, you know, I like to do 5 appetizers in 15 minutes. That's a great theme party that I like to do this time of year because people like to entertain, but they don't want the hassle of, you know, oh my goodness, I got to make all these appetizers. So we can show them how to make 5 appetizers in 15 minutes. And this is something that you can be doing on your virtual parties. Oh my goodness, who's entertaining this when this holiday season? Here's some great recipes, you know, that you can show them how to do. If you don't know the recipes, just let me know. I'll be happy to share those with you. Okay. And then a debt-free holiday. How do they have a debt-free holiday?
From the commission they earn when they become a consultant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody can fit online parties into their schedule right now, right? So even if they're just doing a becoming a virtual consultant, you know, if people do about, what is it? I think it's 2 parties. I think it's 2 parties a week now till Christmas. They're going to have an extra like $2,400 in their pocket. Okay. So, so it is a great way. All right. So a couple years ago, there was a consultant that sold over $30,000 in December. Who wants to sell $30,000 this December? She made a great contact for corporate holiday gifts in her town. This is how she did it. All right. So she did not go out to chains. She went to the little mom and pop businesses in her area. The larger the business, the bigger the opportunity that you're going to have. Your CEO, find out what they like to give, you know, as gifts. You know, suggest some gifts at different price levels. You know, there are flyers out there like this one to give you ideas of what they can be buying as gifts. I know when I worked in the corporate world, we always got like a little piece of crystal or a little pewter kind of thing, you know, to go with our bonus and stuff. So people do still give corporate gifts. So you could do higher price ones, you could do smaller price ones. You could offer to gift wrap it, and you could just get little bags like this right here and tie them up in a bow. So the possibilities are huge. Okay. If you know any executive assistants, usually that's her job or his job to take care of this, making sure that you have different options that you can offer them. Okay. So you can create flyers in PicMonkey or Publisher or any other app, Red Stamp, whatever. And you can create a little flyer like this and advertise this. This is a great flyer to advertise on your virtual parties as well. Letting people know that you offer corporate holiday gifts. I remember when I started the business, I talked about fundraisers. I knew nothing about fundraisers, and I said, we do fundraisers. And there was a lady on the board there that was part of domestic abuse. And every month, everybody from the board did a domestic violence fundraiser. And that, my first 6 months in my business, we had different goals then. We earned like different levels of products. And so I was able to earn all of that by doing fundraisers. So same thing with the gift ideas, all right? Any questions about corporate gift giving? You guys are so quiet. This is why I don't like virtual meetings. I like people at my house. All right. Be a personal shopper. Guys don't like to shop. At your parties, on your virtual parties, you can have them filling out, you could give them a wish list and have them fill it out and leave it for their husband with your contact information. Visit businesses with lots of men and offer to order and gift wrap. And here's some ideas: car dealers, oil change business, auto parts stores, home improvement stores. Where do you see men working, that don't like to shop? Go visit these people. And tap into this market of being, let you be Santa's little helper and help them to get their shopping done. And the women are going to love it, right? Because who doesn't love pampered chef, right? So women don't always like to buy things for themselves, and especially bigger ticket items. They always feel guilty sometimes. Oh, I don't know if my husband will, I want that. But, I can't tell you how many times people say, I'm going to put that on my Christmas list. I'm going to put that on my Christmas list. And I always say, give me your husband's name. I'm going to call him and make sure that you get that for Christmas, so you got to follow up with that. So offer to be a personal shopper for the holiday. All right. Any questions about holidays, gift giving, all of that fun stuff? All right. So here's a little technology tip for all of you. Your smartphone calendar could be an easy place to enter your shows. Who puts their shows on their phone? This is something Linda Cahill's not on, but she always yells at me. So I'm really starting to do this. So, when you're out and about, you always have your phone. You don't always have your calendar. So knowing when your next available date is, like I know that this Friday is going to be, and I really don't know because I usually do know, but this Friday is October 6th. So I know I'm doing shows October 6th. So if I have the 6th in my mind, then I always know that if I'm after the 6th, my next show is the 13th. After the 13th, my next virtual show starts on the 20th, the 27th. So I usually always know those dates in my head virtually. I don't always know because I will do at least 5 virtual parties a week if I can get them. So I always know once I have 5, then I move on to the next date. But if you're doing live cooking shows, this is a great way to, if you know that you're going to book shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can kind of mark that in there and click repeat weekly on that event. Then every Tuesday will be marked for an open show date, So do the same thing for Thursday. If you put a show in there and you can click open date, and then you'll always have that. So every week, then when's your next available date. I did a vendor event yesterday. Now she booked a party for January. She came downstairs. She's like, oh, I wish I would have came to you first because she had booked a show with Tupperware. And guess when her show is? Yesterday was what? Tuesday? her Tupperware show is on Monday. So that Tupperware lady was really good because she booked her in close. And I was like, wow, she's a good consultant because she got that girl to book 1 week later. Okay. So when that girl came down, I was a little disappointed because she had already booked a date. But using your calendar, click the search magnifying glass and type in open, and all your open dates will pop up on your calendar. So that's if you work like a consistent show schedule. If you only do Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever your show dates, if you click that magnifying glass and type in open, all your open dates will pop up. And then after your new host picks a date, edit that show open to add her name, address, phone number, and all of that. You can put the recipes and everything, as you can see right here, all the notes. Booked from Kathy, Mexican quinoa bowl, cinnamon bun apple cobbler. It's all right there on your calendar. Okay, so you never have to go searching for it. So that's just a little tech tip for today, to start using your phone. Anybody out there using their phone for their calendar?
No.
No. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about getting bookings from your virtual parties. Okay, so some people are struggling with this area, so we're trying to get better at this, and I've been trying to really, on my weekly coaching calls, working with people on this, and we are definitely seeing an increase in bookings from this. So you want to make sure your virtual parties are fun. When you're getting feedback on your drawing slip, I love to hear, I loved your interaction. You were really great at this. Those are the comments I want to see. I don't want to see this was boring, it wasn't fun. Give tickets or points for bookings. I think was it you, Ashley, that asked me? It was you or Amanda. Ashley and Amanda started a week apart, but one of you asked me about, how do we keep track of bookings? I think it was Ashley.
Yeah, I asked that one.
Yeah, I don't personally track every ticket. If people are commenting, buying and stuff, I just kind of look to see who bought, who really participated in the party, and then I just write their names down and I just whoop, pick you. That's kind of how I do it. I really don't have time to track tickets, even though we're telling them we're giving tickets. There are consultants that will track tickets. I just don't have time for that. Okay. Focus on the current host benefits from bookings. All right. Are you, right now, what are we promoting right now?
60% off.
60% off. I mean, that's in addition to your free, you're going to get any item or set in the catalog at 60% off. All right. Tying, trying the 3 bows on a gift bag. So you have 3 bows here, and every time they get a booking, you remove a bow. Okay. On your next post, there will be a picture of a bag with 2 bows on it. Oh, we got 1 booking, 2 more left, that kind of thing. The best way to get bookings from your party is to follow up with each guest personally. Okay. Are you calling and reaching out? You can make a post. Hey, when you see this number pop up on your phone, please be sure to answer it. I'm just calling you to, go over with you your order. Okay. And a conversation that happened, this week with a friend of mine, she had shared with me what she was doing. You want to get a conversation going. So in this case, she reached out to this girl and she's like, hey, Sue, thanks so much for, I'm Janelle. I'm doing and this was all in a Facebook message or a text message. I'm sorry, it was a text message. So, hey, Sue, this is, Janelle. I did, Gretchen's party. Just wanted to thank you for your order. Was there anything, did you have any questions about anything you purchased? And so she answered back, no, I had no questions. Thanks so much. Okay. Now, if you got that comment, what would you do?
Drop it, probably. That's me, though.
And if you drop it, what happens?
Then you lose a show.
Exactly. So, you keep that conversation going. So anytime you're talking about booking or the business opportunity, it's just the conversation that you're having with someone. So when you're at a party, it's easier to keep that conversation going and talking to them. But when you're, just doing a virtual party, it's kind of harder to keep that conversation going. So in this case, Janelle's like, hey, you know what? You bought that rectangular baker. Did you see the silicone covers that go over that? They're on page blah, blah, blah of the catalog. No, I didn't see that. I want to order that. And then Janelle went on to say, hey, you know what? This may have been the furthest thing from your mind, but you were so much fun on this virtual party. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? And then she went on and said, oh, no, I can't. My husband owns a farm. We own a farm, and I'm out farming, and I do this, and I'm blah, blah, blah. And Janelle's like, yeah, you are really busy, but this might be something that you might want to think about in your downtime. Now that fall's coming, maybe the season's not as busy. This might be something that you'd want to think about for, the slower times of your business. And so they had that conversation, and she decided she didn't want any more information about the business. And then Janelle went on to say, you know what? Did you get everything on your wish list? Because if you didn't, I would love to do a virtual party with you. And Susie Host here will get a bonus for you booking a party from her. What do you think? Would you like to do a party? Okay. So just having, and this was like a big, long text conversation. This wasn't one text message. It was, she sent a message, she responded. She sent another message, she responded. And it went back and forth, just like if we're having a conversation face to face. And that's how you're going to ask for bookings. I'm going to be sending you a script, not like word for word, but just an idea of that conversation, of how to have that conversation. All right. I'll try to post that on our page. Someone remind me, because I didn't write it down. All right. So, and if I write it down, if you'd see my desk right now, I wouldn't remember that I wrote it down. All right. So any questions about that?
No.
I think following up with, asking about a show to purchase holiday gifts. Who's on your holiday gift list? Do they like Pampered Chef? Do they like to cook? Do they like to eat? Do they like to entertain? We have great gifts for all of those things. Okay. It's just a matter of asking. And if you just ask, I'm telling you, you will get bookings. All right. So let's move on and talk about the power of one. All right. So has anybody heard of the power of one?
No.
Okay, so, the power of one you can apply to everything in life. So if you just had 1 more hour every day, how much could you get done? Or maybe 1 more hour sleep every night. Well, how good would you feel when you woke up in the morning, right? What if you had 1 more day tacked onto your vacation? Wouldn't that be great, right? Or 1 more day to every weekend, so you could spend more time with your family. Or what if you had 1 more day or even 1 more hour to spend with a loved one that is no longer with you? I would love to have had 1 more hour with my niece, and I haven't talked to my niece in a while. My sister just had a conversation with her right before she went missing. And she's like, it was the best conversation we had in a long time. And so, you just wish that you had that 1 more chance, right? So I know you'll probably love to have 1 more chance to talk or hug someone, that you've lost. So let's apply this to our business. All right. So imagine you make 1 more call every day. Let's say you make 3 contacts a day now, because, right, we talk about 3, 2, 1, 3 contacts a day, 2 shows a week, 1 recruit a month. That is a fantastic business, right? So let's just say you normally make 3 contacts a day, but you're going to make 4 and spend 1 more hour making contacts than you currently do. So let's say you spend an hour every week making contacts. Maybe this week you're going to make 2 hours. What if you add 1 more item to every person's order? How awesome would that be to raise your show average? Or 1 more order to every show. 1 more guest at every party. 1 more party every month or every week. What if 1 more team member added to your team each month? So what if you normally bring in 1, now you bring in 2, or if you bring in 2, you bring in 3. Imagine what your commission might look like. So let's look at these numbers. And I have to tell you, I have a show going on right now, And a couple of the new consultants are on that show right now. I don't know what Marie is up to now, but when we started her show ends on Friday. I said to her, so we started it last Friday, and she invited 20 people, and she invited 20 people, but she had 13 going, which was really good for inviting 20. She had 13 going because our rule is to invite 200, right? Our goal is to get 30 people going. And if she gets 30 people going, she'll have about 12 to 15 orders. And that's what we want to strive for virtual parties. So I messaged her and I said, hey, Maria, great start. You have 20 people invited. From my experience, we want to invite 200 people, because if we have 200 people going, we're going to have 200 people invited. We're going to have 30 people going, and you're going to get about 10 to 12 orders, and we're going to have an awesome show. I'm a little nervous that you only have 20 people go. Can you think of anybody else? Don't prejudge anybody. And she's like, well, I don't want to invite because I get invited to all these groups, and I don't, I did LuLaRoe and everybody was getting mad. And I said, well, here's the problem. When people get just thrown into a group and they don't have a choice to accept or not accept, they do get mad because you're just throwing them in a group. However, if you send them an invite, they can choose going, interested, or no. And so they have that choice. So they are not upset if they click not going. Okay. So guess what? She invited the people and to this day, as today, 2 more people are going to her party. So because she invited more people. All right. So I know because I coached her to invite more people. So she invited more than one. She's going to have more than one more order. She's going to have more than one more item on her party, and she's going to have a bigger show average. So that one really makes a difference. Okay. So do you know how many shows you hold? How many orders per show you have? Do you know how many shows, what's your average show booked at a show? How many recruit leads you have at a show? Do you know what the average person spends on an order? Do you know these numbers?
My people are cheap.
What's that?
I said my people are cheap.
No, I gotta get on one of your parties again.
Yes, you do.
Because you really need to know these numbers. And did you know you can find these numbers? So I'm going to show you where you can find these numbers, okay? Because if you don't know how many orders are on your show, how can you add one more order, right? How many, if you don't know what the average is spent on an order, how can you add one more dollar, because you don't know. This is where you're going to find the information, okay? So you're going to go to Consultants Corner. You're going to go to consult. It's going to be on the home page, and you're going to click on Consultant Connection. And when you click on this, you're going to see a performance detail. All right. So you can see here, and this is an example of somebody. So look, here's 4 shows, number of shows 4. She got 5 bookings. She had 14.2 orders per show. And her show average was $926. That was on her cooking shows. Her catalog parties, she did 3 shows. She only had 1 booking. Number of orders per catalog show was 4.2, and her show average was $365. Okay? So this is where you can find all of that information. So if you haven't looked there, this is where you want to go. Okay? And when you know what you're doing now, it's easier to set goals for where you want to be. So let's say this, your average number of orders per show is 14.2. You want to add 1 more, so you want that to climb to 15, right? You want your show's average to go up by $1 or more. Maybe you want to take that from, 926 to 1,000. Maybe you want your catalog show, which are your virtual parties here, to go from 365 to 500. But if you change these numbers here, the number of shows you're doing and the number of orders, 4 shows, 5 orders on a party is not a lot. Just think if that number was 10 orders, that number is going to double. and you're going to have a $600, $700 virtual party. So wouldn't you rather have the $700 party versus the $300 party, right? So now we're going to, so if you go on to consultants, click on selling and recruiting, you'll see what's the first picture on the slide, then click on consultants connection and click the orange button that says consultant connection. I'm just repeating this so that you all know where to go. When you do this, you'll see the second picture on the slide. And there's a lot more information on this performance tracker. So, but in the center, you'll see sales recruiting. You see all of that right here, both month to date, year to date. So if you look on this example, you'll see all these numbers that we went over, okay? So let's say you are currently doing one party a week, all right, with a show average of $500. And our company average, do you guys know what our company average is? This is where you all want to strive to be. Linda, do you know what our company average is?
Isn't it like 650 or 675?
650. So company average is $650. So just think if you had that. So so that's so 500 is a conservative number, but we're doing that to make the math a lot easier. So if you do 4 shows with a $500 per show average, that gives you $2,000 in sales with a 25% commission. That gives you $500 a month income. Okay, what would you do with $500 a month? That's $6,000 a year. That's doing 4 parties. That's 1 party a month, right? So that gives you a little extra income for household income, right? But imagine this. Imagine if you did 1 more party a week. So now look, you went from 2 parties, now let's say you went from 1 more party a week, so 2 parties a week instead of 1 means 8 parties a month at $500 each, right? That's $4,000 in sales, and your commission goes up, right, to 27% now. And this is commission for new consultants just starting out. So now that's $10,080 per month in commission. Do you see how you doubled your income by doing 1 more party a week? And look how you doubled it in the year. So what would that mean for you to get that extra income? That could mean a new car, paying off a credit card debt, or student loans, college, a nice vacation, you know, paying off the mortgage. So you have control over all of this, all right? So that's what you can be making. So now let's look at this one. If you just add 1 more order, okay, 1 more order, what happens? The average guest order is $69, okay? This is company-wide, okay? So, am I on the right side? So, if that means your show average would be $569 instead of $500, all right? So 8 parties at 500 is 4,000. Now you're doing 8 parties at 569 because you added 1 more order. And look where your sales go. Look where your commission now goes. Look at the income. You increased your income. Goes up $1,229 per month. And that's $14,000 a year just by adding 1 more $69 order to your party. That's 1 more coaching your host. You're so close to the next level. Who else do you know? Who else needs Pampered Chef? Who else can you reach out to? That's all a part of host coaching to get that extra order in. Okay? So remember, when you add 1 more booking from each party, your business stays about the same. But when you add 1 more booking to every show, your business grows. And when you're in front of more people at those shows, you have more bookings, more recruit leads, as well as more sales. So when we coach our hosts, let's encourage them to add 1 more guest at each party. Even when they think they have all they can get, suggest to push for one more. Challenge them to add one more. That will likely mean one more order and one more booking too. And when you use that power of one, that means you'll have a bigger income. You'll earn incentive trips. You'll have great recognition perks and even more. So imagine yourself on a Pampered Chef incentive trip. If you're doing 2 shows per week and selling $48,000 and signing just a couple of new team members, you'll be on a trip. Did you all know that? Excellence Awards. When you earn Excellence Award, it's $55,000 a year. If you sell $55,000 a year, you earn Excellence Award. Guess what? You get 500 Pampered Chef dollars. Do you think I pay for my catalogs? I earn them every year because I get 500 Pampered Chef dollars. You know, plus you get a blue box from Tiffany's, right? I still have like a $650 gift card to use at Tiffany's because I haven't gone to Pittsburgh to use it yet. So, but there's a lot of things that you get by just doing those 2 parties a week. And you're earning all the new free products every season when they come out. You're going to earn every incentive that the Pampered Chef puts out there for us just by adding one more show, one more guest, one more order. So I challenge all of you, just one more show, one more booking contact. Reach out just one more time. Share with just one more person. Add one more product to the order. One more order to the party. Do these actions and add $5,000 or more to your bank account in 1 year. I'm telling you, if you do all of this, imagine what that could do for your family. Imagine what that could do for you. The power of one. So, I encourage you to track a show. And I wanted to do this for today, but because I have to do this for the LEAD program and I haven't done it yet, just with my chaotic life. But I'm thinking about who I'm already going to track. I already know that I'm going to track Shannon. And Shannon got 5 bookings from her party. And I'm going to track. And I'll share with you on the page. And I encourage all of you. Some of you are new and don't have this information yet. But for those of you who have been in the business and have had some shows, track a show. And when I say track a show, go back to that show, go back to that host and say, okay, Shannon got 5 bookings. Sue booked a party. How many bookings were from her party? What were her sales? And just track how much you earned from starting that one party. You won't believe. So if you're consistently getting bookings from these parties, you're going to see where those numbers are going to take you. So keep reaching for that one more show. Track a recent show. Share with us on the team page. So Linda, I'm going to ask you to do that because I know you're on here who's had a lot of shows. Ashley, Kim are new. Did anybody else join us? So anybody watching this in playback mode, I really recommend that you track. Even if you had one show and you got a booking from it, track it. I mean, track it and see how much money you made from that one show. All right. So I'm going to encourage all of you to track that. All right. Let's see. Do we have any other announcements? So Free for All is going to be coming up. It's probably going to be November, December, or December and January. So watch for that announcement. And what the Free for All is we have the opportunity to earn the spring, summer new products. And hearing from the executives, I don't know what the products are, but I heard they're better than what came out in the fall. So I'm going to be picking some brains, trying to figure out what's exciting coming out. So they're coming back tonight and tomorrow. So believe me, I will be picking their brains to see what we have coming. So don't forget to talk about the Roundup. The Pancake Blender Bottle is our Roundup order. So when you're talking about the Pancake Blender Bottle on your virtual parties or your live cooking parties, remember that for every one purchase, $1 goes to Feeding America. So that is a great cause. And I want to share with you a conference this year. So many people, like, I'm not like, you know, I'm usually recognized, not to brag, but I'm usually recognized up there as, you know, a top seller in home office and things. And that makes me uncomfortable because I don't like to be recognized. I'd rather recognize somebody else. That's just my personality. But I was disappointed that, like, this is a really great cause, and I was not part of being one of the top roundups people. And that really bothered me because I'm thinking, I'm not doing my part. I'm not helping enough people. I always talk about at my show, and I've taught a lot of you that at my parties, I say, when I'm talking about the order, and I say, if you round up your order tonight, if you want to round up your order tonight to the nearest dollars, leave that area blank. I'll automatically round you up. And so I round everybody up. So if their order is $12.50, I round it up to $13. And I'm thinking, so I started asking all these people, like, what are you doing to be a top roundup person? Because that's what I want to be. I want to be making a difference. So this is what they do. They don't give them the option. So when they come up and say, oh, your total is $50.75, would you like to round up for the Feeding America? And they'll say yes. And then I'll say, well, how much would you like to give? I was blown away, totally blown away. People aren't just rounding up that 50 cents that quarter. They're saying, give $5, give $10. They're willing to give that money if we ask. And I was never asking. So now at my party, when I do full service checkout, I'll say, your order comes to $27.50. Would you like to round up? How much would you like to give? And then they tell me a dollar amount, and that's what I give now. So I hope next year that I am now going to be giving more back to the community because I'm asking in a different way. So if you're not rounding up your orders, so when you're doing your customer care calls on your virtual parties, when you're making that full service checkout with them, when you're calling them, thanking them for your order, that's, you know, they've already checked out, but you can say, hey, I just wanted you to know your order came to whatever. Would you like to round up and give money to Feeding America? And they're not going to tell you no. And then you just ask, how much would you like to give? And all you have to do then is change their total in there and say, okay, I will make your total this, and I'll send you a copy of your receipt. And you just hit email receipt, and they'll get their receipt. Okay. So this is a great way, guys. Help, now with, the food banks are hurting right now. I mean, with all the disasters and everything, this is our way to give back a little bit. All right. So I hope you learn something from that and start offering that. Again, to help with cancer, promoting that little pink, whipped cream maker. Anybody that has a little girl, they love pink. That's something for little kids in the kitchen, a nice little stocking stuffer for them. Kids would enjoy making whipped cream in the kitchen with their mom. So don't forget to promote that. Our next meeting is going to be on November 6th, which is my son's birthday, but he'll be at college. So our December meeting, I hope we will have it at my house for sure. It will be our trip reveal. It will also be our holiday party. So I hope you all put that on your calendar. At least try to come to this December meeting. I know some of you come a distance, but I think live meetings are so much more fun when we can all get together and have some fun and laugh and carry on, make some recipes and things like that. The January meeting will be January 8th. We will, we might change that. I haven't decided yet. I think home office is doing our spring launch, our product reveal. So we might have 2 meetings in January and none in February, because the spring launch, the new product reveal is going to be happening in January. All right. So the home office has asked us to put these meetings together. So kind of tentatively put those on your calendar for now. Also, I want you all to picture yourself in this director chair. I mean, if you really want extra income in your budget, picture yourself on this chair. think about getting into the 6 Weeks to Success program, and then even into the Director Bound program, because there's a lot of great training in there to help you achieve these goals if this is something that you would like to do. It's a great way to make extra money. You're changing lives. You're, bringing people into this business that you can change their lives, whether they need just some extra money for a few months to pay for a wedding, college, whatever. Think about why you started this business, and think about the lives that you can change as well. So anybody have any questions for me? So what did you guys think about the virtual meeting? I'm gonna stop here.
I think it was great, but I just want to say that while we were having our meeting, I booked another party.
Oh, good. So you were multitasking, Jess. Great job.
Yeah.
So tell us what you did to get that booking.
I just sent out messages to people that had ordered products from my last party, and I have one host this will be her third party since March.
Okay, good. Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else have any comments about the virtual party? I'm going to stop the recording because this will be.